This is the homework video for Monday 3/16/15. The problems that I want you to do for tonight from the packet I gave you today are 756, 771, and 774. That's kind of weird the way they numbered the problems in the packet, but if you want to think of it this way, it's just the first three problems. So the two problems on the first page, and then only the first problem on the back of the first page. Make sure that you do the problems. And this is just a reminder, you don't watch the video until you've tried all three problems. Even if you're not sure about your answer, don't just copy from the video. You should be able to do something with each of the problems. Even if you're guessing about like the rate of change or something, try them on your own first. And also don't forget that you have to have either a plus next to every problem if you've seen problems like this before, or a minus if you think that the problem is math that we haven't even taught yet, that I haven't taught yet. Okay, on the first problem, it's showing you some work for what a student did to answer the question. He was supposed to figure out whether or not the store met their goal, but he made some mistakes, and it tells you to select the part of Kyle's work that contains a mistake. Well, so it says that the regular cost of gloves is $30, and the regular cost of the bats is $90. It says the gloves are $4 off. Well, so you do 30 take away 4, and that would get you 26. And I see that he did that. 30 take away 4 equals 26. And it said that the bats are $90 usually, but they're going to be 10% off. And it shows you that he did 90 divided by 0.9 equals 100. Well, first of all, that doesn't even make sense, because how could something be 10% off and be more expensive after the discount than it was before? So this should be pretty obvious to you that this is a mistake. It can't be $100 for the bats when they only started at $90. So this, you should have, it said that you should select it, so I just circled it. And then over here I showed you how you would really find what 10% off. What you do is you multiply 0.10, because that's 10% in decimal form, times 90, and that gives you 9. And so that means that the amount of money off each bat is $9, so 90 take away 9 is $81. That's what the sale price is for the bats. So sale price for the gloves, sale price for the bats. So then he did, because he thought it was 100 times 9. He's right about multiplying it by 9 because there were 9 bats. So I didn't put anything here. And then the next thing it said is, did the store meet its goal? Well, if it was really $81 for the bats and he sold 9, it would be 9 times 81, which is 729. So the correct math over here should have been 729 plus 364. 364 is what he gets for 14 gloves, equals 1,093. And the answer is no, the store didn't meet its goal because they needed to get $1,200 worth of bats and gloves. Okay, don't forget that you need to put a plus next to this problem if this is math that you should have known, and a minus next to this problem if you think this is something we've never taught or looked at. Number 2, they're asking you which one represents a rate of change that is greater than this graph. So the first thing I have to know is, what is the rate of change of this? Well, so I drew my slope triangle in here and here. The rise is 2 and the run is 1, so the rate of change is 2. So I need a rate of change that is greater than 2, and only A has that. Don't forget your plus or minus. And on the third one, this one was kind of confused me at first because I wasn't sure what two sides they were giving me, but then I realized that's what you're supposed to figure out. It said two sides of a right triangle. Well, a right triangle has 3 sides, r square root of 10 and square root of 6. There are 2 possible lengths for the third side. The reason there's 2 possible lengths is because this square root of 10 could be the longest side, C, or this square root of 10 could be one of the legs, A or B. If it's C, if this is square root of 10, then the math I would do to find the third side would be square root of 10 squared minus 6 squared, that's this one, equals A squared, I'm trying to find this one. And then the square root of 10 squared is 10, and the square root of 6 squared is 6. So 10 take away 6 is 4. 4 equals A squared. And then the square root of A squared is A, and the square root of 4 is 2. So that means this side would be 2 if this is the square root of 10. So if this is the square root of 10 and this is the square root of 6, then this is the square root of 2. Okay? And so that's all you had to do tonight. And don't forget to have a plus or a minus next to that problem as well.